Good day. Let's have some drills. Hopefully this video will help you. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more updates and reviewer. Let's start. 1. The K-12 basic education curriculum was officially implemented by virtue of what law? A. RA 7836. B. RA 7610. C. RA 10533. D. RA 10353. Two. Teacher Janine creates an environment in her classroom that promotes fairness, safe and conducive to learning. What NCBTS domain is she adhering to? A. Diversity of learners. B. Personal growth and professional development. C. The learning environment. D. Social regard for learning. Three. Teacher Kevin organizes the parents of his students into a Homeroom Parent-Teacher Association so that he will be able to establish a learning environment that responds to the needs of the children and the community as well. Which NCBTS domain is he adhering to? A. Planning, assessing and reporting. B. Community linkages. C. The learning environment. D. Social regard for learning. Four. Student teachers are given the chance to develop and try out learning tasks, instructional materials and assessment tools. What field study course are they exposed to? A. Learners' development and environment. B. Technology in the learning environment. C. Exploring the curriculum. D. Experiencing the teaching learning process. 5. What is the main legal basis on the access and equity of education in the Philippines? A. 1987 Constitution. B. RA 9155. C. RA 6655. D. RA 7836. Six. Teacher Nathalie engages her students in class activities that will develop the higher-order thinking skills, HOTS. What 21st century teaching scale is she utilizing? A. Information, media and technology skills. B. Learning and innovation skills. C. Life and career skills. D. All of the above. 7. The language problem is considered as one of the factors attributed to poor learning among school children. Hence the use of vernacular was recommended. In what grades should this be applied? A. Grades 1 to 3. B. Grades 1 to 4. C. Grades 1 to 5. D. Grades 1 to 6. 8. Which educational approach focuses on what the learners are expected to know, understand and be able to do? A. Outcome-oriented education. B. Outcome-based education. C. Understanding by design. D. Result-oriented learning. 9. Which curriculum envisions a learner to become a person who is makabayan, makatao, makakalikasan and maka-Diyos? A. 2002 Basic Education Curriculum. B. K-12 Curriculum. C. UB-based Education. D. New Secondary Education Curriculum. Den. The teacher returns the checked test papers to the students with corresponding scores and comments. What phase of the teaching process is involved? A. Planning. B. Implementing. C. Feedback and reflection. D. Evaluation. 11. Which feature of a curriculum describes how much of the teaching was learned? A. Performance. B. Strategies and methods. C. Knowledge, skills and values. D. Community partner. 12. In participative curriculum planning, who deserves to participate in mapping the plan through inputs from past experience in curriculum development? A. Administrators. B. Teachers. C. Students. D. District officials. (13) Which of the following school practices best applies the tenet of ensuring the right of all to proper education? A. Conducting of the key. B. Selective retention. C. Inclusive education. D. Selective admission. (14) The vernacular has been used in schools since 1929 and must be applied from blank. A. Grades 1 to 2. B. Grades 1 to 5. C. Grades 1 to 6. D. Grades 1 to 7. (15) Do parents have a role in curriculum implementation and instruction? A. No, they have no formal training in pedagogy. B. Yes, they may provide insights on the curriculum. C. Yes, but only in helping their children with schoolwork. D. It depends on a school's private or public status. (16) Based on the curriculum requirement provided by all countries sampled, the language which is seemingly universal is A. Spanish. B. Chinese. C. English. D. French. (17) Which of the following refers to using learning technologies to introduce, reinforce, supplement and extend skills? A. Technology integration. B. Educational media. C. Instructional technology. D. Technology education. (18) Are the following terms synonymous: technology in education, instructional technology, and technology integration in education? A. Yes, because all of them refers to technology. B. Yes, because all of them refers to education. C. No, they just complement with one another. D. No, they differ in terms of degree and application to education. 19. From the etymology of the word technology, which of the following means craft or art? A. Technique. B. Technology. C. Techne. D. Technological. (20) Educational technology serves as learning tools that help learners understand. This is according to whom? A. The traditionalist. B. The behaviorist. C. The cognitivist. D. The constructivist. (21) Which of the following is not a part of the phases of a systematic approach to instruction? A. The formulation of instructional objectives. B. The process of instruction itself. C. The assessment of learning. D. The planning of the lesson. (22) Which of the following is the role of educational technology in learning according to the traditionalist point of view? A. It engages learners in active, constructive, intentional, authentic, and cooperative learning. B. It serves as a presenter of knowledge, just like teachers. C. It serves as tools to support knowledge construction. D. It is a social medium to support learning by conversing. 23. Which philosophical framework of educational technology believes that the role of teachers is to become facilitator, providing guidance so that learners can construct their own knowledge? A. Behaviorism. B. Cognitivism. C. constructivism. D. Pragmatism. (24) Edgar Dale's cone of experience gives primary importance on blank. A. Affective experience. B. Psychomotor experience. C. Sensory experience. D. Cognitive experience. (25) Which role of technology in learning is tapped when teachers represent and simulate meaningful real-world problems, situations and context in teaching? A. Technology as context to support learning by doing. B. Technology as tools to support knowledge construction. C. Technology as intellectual partner to support learning by reflecting. D. Technology as information vehicles for exploring knowledge to support learning by constructing. (26) What role of technology in learning is used when a teacher encourages her students to work on their assignments in groups using the social media network? A. Technology as context to support learning by doing. B. Technology as tools to support knowledge construction. C. Technology as intellectual partner to support learning by reflecting. D. Technology as a social medium to support learning by conversing. (27) Teacher Ramelyn makes her students play games in a computer to give them a rest period during classes. Is she integrating technology with her teaching? A. Yes, because the students used a computer. B. Yes, because computer games are interesting to students. C. No, because there is no integrative process involved. D. No, because computer games are not related to the lesson. (28) Which of the following manifests technology integration in teaching and learning? A. The teacher teaches the students how to install software. B. The teacher used PowerPoint presentation with inserted video clips in teaching. C. The teacher instructed the students to troubleshoot a computer problem. D. The teacher had the students edit a document in Microsoft Word. 29. Among the following instructional equipment or tools, which is known to be the most traditional but very effective technology in the classroom? A. Chalkboard or blackboard. B. Slide projector. C. Overhead projector. D. Bulletin board. (30) Which of the following is referred to as vehicles or various ways of information and communication? A. Newsprint. B. Cable television. C. Mass media. D. Advertising. (31) What instructional material can a science teacher use to show a close representation of the Earth and its location in the entire solar system? A. Cartoon. B. Diagram. C. Map. D. Model. (32) A communication arts teacher wants to teach patterns of dialogues among characters in a story. What visual symbol can she use to represent what the characters of the story say? A. Strip drawings. B. Chart. C. Diagrams. D. Cartoon. (33) What kind of chart can be used to show and analyze a process from beginning to end? A. Gantt chart. B. Organizational chart. C. Flow chart. D. Time chart. (34) In a mathematics lesson, Teacher Gilbert wanted to present to his class the number of male and female in class in a more concrete way. What visual symbol may be used by Teacher Gilbert? A. Bar graph. B. Pie graph. C. Pictorial graph. D. Graphic organizer. 35. A type of graph that illustrates a particular data series through rectangles is called blank. A. Bar graph. B. Pie graph. C. Pictorial graph. D. Line graph. (36) This a way for students to visit art museums that they may not have access to otherwise. A. Social action projects. B. Telementoring. C. Virtual field trips. D. Keypads project. (37) Which of the following rules can help teachers make sure they are complying with copyright laws when they use materials from internet sites? I. Never use copyrighted items unless you credit the source site. 2. Use copyrighted items only with permission from the site owner. 3. Use as few items as possible from any copyrighted pages. 4. Never use any items that are clearly from copyrighted pages. A. I only. B. 2 only. C. 1, 2 and 3. D. 3 and 4. 38. Which of the following is a face-to-face communication that is made possible through a computer? A. Email. B. Google. C. Twitter. D. Skype. (39) A term used to refer to a computer program is blank. A. Desktop. B. Hardware. C. Software. D. Applications. 40. A location in the Internet setup where a teacher and a student can converse in real time by typing their message to each other. A. Chat room. B. Browser. C. Email. D. Avatar. (41) What is that three-dimensional, 3D, image presentation reproduced from a pattern of interference? A. GPS. B. Audiovisual. C. GOA. D. Hologram. 42. A file format that can be used by a student or teacher if they want to store or send video sequences on a network is blank. A. JPEG. B. HTML. C. MPEG. D. PDF. 43. If you download a copy of a document such as an application form, it is usually in this format to make it easier to transfer with its original format and appearance. A. BMP. B. PDF. C. PICT. D. HTML. 44. You can use this kind of software either to create new web pages or modify existing ones. A. HTML editor. B. FTP software. C. Server software. D. Browser editor. (45) What kind of images should be selected or inserted in a slide or page to make the presentation readable? A. Matching. B. Modeling. C. Mixing. D. Moving. 46. Which of the following is a conceptual model of learning created by the application of educational technology that enables students to willingly perform classwork to find connections between what they already know and what they can learn? A. Meaningful learning. B. Generative learning. C. Discovery learning. D. Constructivism. 47. Which of the following conceptual models of learning refers to the role of learning to help the individual live or adapt to his personal world? A. Meaningful learning. B. Generative learning. C. Constructivism. D. Discovery learning. 48. Which of the following is an example of a multimedia? A. A picture. B. Video clip. C. Cayenne mathematics. D. A book. 49. In discovery learning, students perform tasks to uncover what is to be learned. Which statement refers to this conceptual model of learning due to application of educational technology? I. New ideas and new decisions are generated in the learning process, regardless of the need to move on and depart from organized set of activities. 2. Students already have some knowledge that is relevant to new learning. 3. The learner builds a personal understanding through appropriate learning activities and a good learning environment. 4. The learners gives focus to new experiences that is related to what they already know. A. I only. B. 1 and 2. C. 2 and 4. D. I. 2, 3 and 4. 50. What kind of tool is technology as evidenced by its use in word processing, database, spreadsheets, graphic design and desktop publishing? A. Analyzing tool. B. Calculating tool. C. Encoding tool. D. Productivity tool. Answer key. 1. C. 2. C. 3. B. 4. D. 5. A. 6. B. 7. A. 8. B. 9. A. 10. C. 11. A. 12. B. 13. C. 14. A. 15. B. 16. C. 17. A. 18. D. 19. C. 20. D. 21. D. 22. B. 23. C. 24. B. 25. A. 26. D. 27. C. 28. B. 29. A. 30. C. 31. D. 32. A. 33. C. 34. B. 35. A. 36. C. 37. A. 38. D. 39. C. 40. A. 41. D. 42. C. 43. B. 44. A. 45. A. 46. A. 47. C. 48. B. 49. A. 50. D. Thank you and God bless future LPT.